welcome back to Health, Wellbeing and Lifestyle. And today we have Deb Stathis, who's a personal and professional success coach. And she's here today to talk to us about steps to success. Welcome, Deb.
Thank you. Thanks, Linda.
So you talk about going from trauma to opportunities. Yes. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Absolutely. So trauma provides us with a unique position where we can actually create opportunities. And what we do there is we shift our focus to look at the lesson, what we've learned within that experience of trauma, challenge, adversity, stress as well. And then what we can do is we shift our focus to that lesson, what we've learned, and we then choose to use the knowledge that we have gained there to improve ourselves and our life. I actually call this a tragic opportunity. So the tragedy is the stress, challenge, emotions, pain, experience. The opportunity comes from how we choose to focus on the learning and improve ourselves and our life.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Can you tell us a bit more then about from there going with some of those steps that you talk about?
Oh, absolutely. Creating, like I said, what I call a tragic opportunity is a two-step process. So we start off with personal assessment. So personal assessment is a review of ourself, our beliefs, our behaviours and our emotions. And the aim is to develop a deeper understanding into ourself and into our trauma and our challenges and the way we have interpreted them in order to then shift our perspective for the better and learn about ourselves. The next step is the action plan, which is key. So the action plan is then taking the knowledge that we gain in personal assessment and using that to improve ourselves, make better decisions and choices, and improve all areas of our life.
Okay, what would be an example of something, for instance, that comes up in daily life that you could say this is how I can look at it differently? Or
it actually comes up every single day. And I create tragic opportunities for myself all the time when I'm particularly getting very stressed out, perhaps with trying to juggle everything. I'm a mum of 2 young children, and it can be really hard sometimes to just get out of the door, and you've got 2 screaming children and you've got to get to a meeting on time, you've maybe forgotten your briefcase or whatever it is. And it's easy to think, oh God, nothing ever goes my way. Or you can flip and say, okay, this feeling right now, what is it doing? Is it giving me the opportunity to think about why I'm acting this way? What is it that is making me so frantic? Is it the sound of the children? Like for myself, I've been through a lot of trauma, so sometimes a lot of now loud noises when my children get very frantic actually sparks a bit of the PTSD. So for me, I need to stop for a moment and take that opportunity to grow and say, they're children. This is not noise that is negative. This is positive noise. Actually, they're beautiful, fun children. If I run with this, I'll actually get out of the door quicker. So the opportunity is to get them on board, learn about why I'm getting frantic in that scenario, and actually improve the environment and get out the door happily instead of frantically.
How can we have, for the viewers, what could they do in their daily lives to create success from trauma, as you talk about?
What's really important is self-reflection and thinking about how and why we do things, and that's where the two-step process comes in. So when we're faced with a challenge, stress, trauma, taking that time to sit and reflect on why we made certain decisions and why we feel the way we do in certain situations enables us to gain incredible insight into ourselves and into how and why we do things. By doing so, we can identify what serves us and what doesn't. This then enables us to make better decisions for ourselves, for our life, to improve our relationships, because we understand where perhaps we don't have the most empowered perspective, or perhaps our perspective has been warped due to stress, trauma, our previous experiences, childhood, etc. So we can really use that knowledge to change every day of our life and every aspect of our life.
For our viewers out there, how would people apply this in their life? What would be the top tip that you would suggest to them?
The top tip is taking action. So we can do as much personal development and assessment as we like, and that's great. However, if we don't take action, if we don't change things that we do every single day, and actively work on ourselves and change our perspective, nothing will change in our life. So what it's really important to remember is that it doesn't really matter, for lack of a better way of saying it, what's happened in our childhood or what trauma and stress we've had. We actually can be empowered to change that and have a happy and fulfilled future by taking action to change how we behave every day and the way we view life by, using the knowledge that we gain by looking into ourselves.
Oh, thanks so much, Deb, for that.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. And for more information on Deb Stathis and Steps to Success, please go to our website healthwellbeingandlifestyle.com.au. And now we'll go to break. And after the break, we'll be back with Mark Carazzo talking about the meaning of life. Welcome back, and next we have Mark Carazzo, our business consultant and coach, and as part of the Positive Psychology series, he's talking to us today about the importance of meaning. Welcome, Mark.
Welcome, Linda.
Yeah. So what does this mean, what do you mean by the meaning of life?
Well, by the meaning of life, I'm not talking about the deeply philosophical question of what is the meaning of our lives. I'm talking about something larger in our lives than ourselves, which gives us purpose and motivation. It's a very important concept. It's been proven to be so, and it's unique to every individual. So it's the thing that drives us every day, Linda.
And why is finding meaning so important?
Well, it gives us our drive and motivation in life. It's a set of goals for us, something that we can measure our life by every now and then. And of course, when we achieve certain steps on the road to our goal, we feel a sense of accomplishment. Now, so far as the research suggests, if we've got people that are in the later stages of their life, we find that they're more likely to live longer if they've got a sense of meaning and purpose. And we also know that people that have meaning and purpose in life are generally happier, have better well-being, better physical and mental health, and are less likely to suffer from depression. So meaning is really one of the very most important pillars in the positive psychology area. And one particular person whose work in this area I respect is an Australian psychiatrist and neurologist called Viktor Frankl. He's also a Holocaust survivor, and he believes a firm sense of meaning is absolutely essential to human flourishing. And he used meaning in order to motivate people around him going through the very distressing circumstances that are really hard to imagine for anybody through the Holocaust. He motivated people to want to live on by reminding them or pointing to their purpose and meaning in life. So he's very, very well equipped to talk about the importance of meaning, Linda.
And so would that change through our lives?
Yeah, I think the meaning of our life or our purpose changes throughout the course of our lives. I know for many people, having children is a classic example of where their focus and attention might change. There's be other people out there whose purpose of life might be to assist with the environment or to leave the world in a better place. Other people find meaning from religions and formal faiths and observances like that. But yes, it does change through the course of our lives.
And if you don't find meaning during your life, what can you do about it?
It's a hard question. I think some of us forget to really contemplate what the meaning and purpose of our lives would be. So the first thing I'd say is to do that. If you're not getting anywhere with that, I'd go back to the other basic important pillars leading to well-being, which are connection and relationships. I'd focus on them. I'd focus on acts of kindness, maybe volunteering, some sort of social benefit from what you're doing with your life. So engagement in activities is also very important. Find something that you enjoy doing and get yourself immersed in that. And I tend to suspect that eventually meaning or purpose will reveal itself whilst you're doing those processes, Linda.
And what about during your work or other routine things? How would you find meaning during those times?
It's really important that we find meaning in what we do. In fact, the evidence out there suggests that people that can find some sort of social benefit in what they're doing or something within their work that they care for perform a lot better. So I think we need to look at our work and look at what the ultimate outcome is of what we do to find where we find some relevance to it. People like that who see their work as a calling perform better, enjoy their work more, and obviously enhance their whole life. So yes, we can get meaning out of work, and we should. And it's also worth considering what we get out of the mundane tasks we do at home. We might view something as simple as washing the dishes or vacuuming as fairly unimportant work. But if we look at it in the context of what it's doing to ensure a happy household, then we're obviously going to feel more satisfied while we do it and perform it better when we do it. And there is a bit of research done on hospital cleaners. The first group of hospital cleaners saw their work as lowly skilled and unimportant. The second group, the ones that perform better, saw their work as something that bettered the lives of patients and medical staff. So it's sometimes changing the way you see things, and the things you see will change. So that's very important in finding meaning.
And how would finding meaning help in relationships in your life?
Well, I think when you're doing something that you enjoy doing, you're going to obviously put a lot of energy into it. You're going to find people of the same interests of you. So you've got that bond before it starts. So finding meaning in what you want to do and getting involved in activities that involve other people is going to impliedly enhance a lot of your relationships and connectedness, Linda.
And would there be any more tips that you could give our viewers?
No, just that. I think start with the basics of what we believe is important for well-being. Look to relationships, look to engagement, look to kindness and care, and also try to look at what you're doing and work through the processes until you find some meaning in it for others, and that will give you the start of a sense of purpose.
You'll be back next week to talk to us more about relationships. So for more about Mark Carazzo and the meaning of life, then please go to our website healthwellbeingandlifestyle.com.au. Welcome back, and now we have Con Nichols, our property advisor and wellbeing advocate, and Con's been with us with a series of interviews on improving your environment to meet your lifestyle. Today he's talking about his personal transformation, and as you can see from the photos, there's been a huge transformation for Con. So Con, over to you. What could you tell us about a bit more about your story?
The story started almost a couple of years ago. And I walked past my bathroom and my mirror, and I stood in front of the mirror and I saw someone that I did not recognize. Yes, it was violent in a sense that I cried, I shouted. I was actually on a stage that I didn't know where I was going or coming. Because indirectly, I was committing suicide with food. There's no difference if you're going to be a food addict or an alcoholic or a drug addict. You're still going to die. At that point, at that moment, that Monday, 7:22 exactly, I took control of my life. And from then on, I never looked back. And from 151.5 kilos to 76 kilos, which is 50% of my body weight, it not only gave me more energy, it gave me a new me, it gave me a new direction in life, but also it gave me an opportunity to enjoy my family. And people say to me, Con, what's the most important thing that you can do now? It's the little things they might call the big differences. To me, it was 2 weeks ago that I went and bought my girls some office desks, and literally I was assembling the office desks. So I had to pull out the drawers, and I had to go literally underneath the drawers to screw the bench top. At that moment, I'm down there with my back inside a little confined space, and it hit me, Linda. because I could not even think of doing it in the past. And here I am now doing the small things in life that might cause the big differences.
When you say girls, is that your daughters?
Yeah, my twin girls, look, I'm 57 and I've got twin girls, 5-year-olds. So people say, what's your why? Well, this is my why. I mean, I need to be around. I need to live as much possible as I can so I can enjoy them. And at the end of the day, is it really fair if dad passed away? No. So to me, that was the breaking point. To me, it was the point that I said, you know what, Con? I'm taking action right now. There's no excuses. There's no excuse anymore. Either we do this properly or just don't worry about it. And this is why a lot of people these days, they keep saying, oh, we're so busy, you know, we're going to do it tomorrow, and they bring all these excuses. There's no excuses, for goodness sake. It's you. It's you, your life. There's no excuse about your life. You should be coming first, no second or third. You, as an individual person, you always should put yourself always first.
And so what would be your big secret thing, Con?
The big secret, well, the secret is very simple. And when I tell people my secret, they say, is that all? My diet or my program, depends which way you want to call it, I get up in the morning and I have 2 glasses of hot water. Now, a bit of lemon. How much lemon depends what you like. Now, then my snacks or my lunch. So before that, I go back to breakfast. Breakfast, what I do, I boil 5 eggs, hard boil, and I peel them off and I throw the yellow part and I eat the white, because the white is all protein and it helps you feed your muscles and your tummy. And of course, during lunchtime or around there, I have my chicken fillets, which obviously there's no salt, because salt maintains water in your body. Put a bit of lemon juice, a bit of spices, just it depends how you like it. And the same thing with fish as well. So you rotate fish, chicken, and so on. And at night, I also, before I go to sleep, I also have 2 glasses of hot water with lemon again. But the secret weapon is my meatballs. When I say my meatballs, twice a week I cook maybe 60, 80 meatballs per time. And when I cook them, I don't fry them. I put them in the oven and I bake them with my own natural meats and healthy meats and so on. No salt once again. So I bake them and I put them in the fridge. Now you say to me, why would you cook them and put them in the fridge? Aha, the reason why we put them in the fridge. Let's say you and I now, we're home and watching telly, and you feel a bit peckish, and you want to go and you get your cupboard and some chocolate, some biscuits or whatever be the case. In my case, I go in my fridge, I get a handful of meatballs, which are very healthy, very natural, and that stops my hunger. Now, if that's not simple, if that's not healthy, and guess what, Linda? It costs no money. Because when I say cost money, it's not something you're going to go outsource things as well. It's you've got those things. And believe it or not, by using this particular food structure, I can say, you save money. In addition, of course, you've got to have your veg and so on, but this is the core diet, you might say.
So we've, and what about, did you do things like incorporate exercise into what
with
you're
exercise, and please to all the audience out there, it's very, very important before you do any exercise, seek professional advice. Work in your body, because remember, we're all very different. And we all got different levels of fitness, and we all got different levels of weight. Now, when I was 151.5 kilos, obviously I could not go for a run or for a jog. It would be impossible. So I discover things, for example, walking and swimming in the pool. Go for a very, just very, very basic things once again. But once again, as your fitness picked up a little bit more higher, you did a lot more things better, and you did things more stressful as well. Remember something, your muscles, unless you stress them out, unless you use them, they're not going to work. So, and that's the golden point, and to me, that mentality, it's very simple. And at the end of the day, it's all maths. Example, if you need 1,000 calories to survive, right? And if you're gonna burn 1,500 calories, you're gonna lose weight. So if you eat, you gotta burn. That's the secret.
Thanks, Con, so much for sharing that and your story. Thank you. And for more information on Con's secret, then please go to his webpage on our website. That's Con Nichols, and our website is healthwellbeingandlifestyle.com.au. And for now, we'll say bye-bye, and we'll be back next week with more amazing interviews. Thank you so much.